So the adventure continues. This is day 4 of our trip to Iceland. This is one of the more memorable days for me because we not only got to see puffins, but we got to interact with some of the horses in Iceland. So yeah, I really enjoyed this day. It was, I think we'd mentioned in one of our previous videos that we had quite a bit of rain and overcast days. This was a gorgeous day, nice bright blue sky. So it was magical.
The drive to Borgarfjörður Eystri. It's quite a long drive. It's out of the way, but this has to be the most scenic drive I've had in my entire life. You had a mix of you go up a mountain into some fog, and then you come back down the other side and it's crystal clear. There were goats all over the place. Just absolutely breathtaking scenery. I can't stress enough how gorgeous it is.
And then when you get to the area with the puffins, you pass through a little town that is so picturesque. And the area with the puffins, it's sort of on a hill. You can't get very close to the puffins, but again close enough where you can really see how they interact with nature. It was a wonderful experience.
And a lot of puffins.
A lot of puffins.
So we got to see them going into their nests, and they were fishing, and it was really cool.
And there were also ducks there as well. Let's not forget the ducks. Yeah, so we absolutely enjoyed the journey to the puffins and actually being at the site with the puffins.
Yeah.
So after we left the puffins and we had driven for a bit, we came across an area that we realized we could have pulled off and got up close to some Icelandic horses. So we pulled off, parked, and almost as soon as we walked up to the fence, about 5 or 6 horses just came right up. And they just started posing with us. It was so incredible. That made my trip because I had been looking forward to seeing these horses from the time we started researching Iceland. So that was so cool.
So we then made our way over to Dettifoss. Dettifoss is the most powerful waterfall in Iceland and supposedly the most powerful waterfall in Europe as well. So you go in a car park and you have 2 choices. So you can either go to the left, which will take you to Dettifoss, or you can go to the right, which will take you to Selfoss. So we went to Dettifoss first.
The walk to the waterfall, so this was the first waterfall that we went to where the landscape around it was not lush and green. There's a lot of volcanic rock around it. There's not a lot of vegetation at all, but there were unfortunately a lot of flies.
But the views from Dettifoss though. So you have all these different options you can choose from. You can go down by the actual waterfall itself. You can go up top to get a better view. But there are lots of trails up there. Must warn you that it is very wet and misty. So all the trails around there can be a little slippery, so you need to be careful and wear some good shoes. And then we decided then to walk across from Dettifoss to Selfoss. So Selfoss is actually a smaller waterfall that feeds Dettifoss. And it was completely different from Dettifoss. I think you can get a little bit closer to it because it's not as powerful. There's not as many trails to get there, but it's more open land. But if you want to get really close to it, you have to figure out how to avoid the puddles of water, which are quite deep. to walk on the rocks to get there. So it's a bit of a maze, but it was really nice as well.
From there we headed to our next campsite. This campsite was the most picturesque campsite that we visited while we were in Iceland.
It was on Lake Mývatn.
Yes. We passed the sulfur springs and we started to smell that sulfur smell that you've heard so much about in Iceland. It was so peaceful and yeah, it was really, really nice. And the facilities there were pretty good as well. I think they were the only campsite that we visited where they had unisex bathroom and shower facilities, but everything, you know, was in its own individual stalls, so your privacy was fine. They have laundry facilities there, but they do the laundry for you. You can't do it on your own.
You also had to pay cash. No cards accepted. However, they do take other currencies.